For those of you watching this after I went live, I know I usually talk boxing, and I may discuss some boxing on this stream, but this one is to talk about Tom Brady. For my international folks, Tom Brady's the best quarterback of all time, probably the best football player of all time. Well, in my opinion, the best football player of all time. And his retirement, it's a big deal here in America. It's a real big deal in American sports. So I kind of wanted to talk about his greatness. And yeah, so I'm gonna wait till some people come on and we could talk about Tom Brady. Let's discuss how great he was. He's fantastic, one of the greatest of all time, my greatest of all time. Hold on, I'm gonna look up some stats while I wait for some people to hop on so I can have this ready. Okay. His career record is 34-11 with a 75.756 win percentage, which is the highest among quarterbacks with a minimum of 15 playoff games. Also, to no surprise, Brady is the all-time leader in career playoff wins, with Joe Montana in second with 16 wins. Damn. Yo, so he has more than double the amount of playoff wins as the second runner-up? God damn. Yo, Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. Let me pin the link at the top of the chat for you guys who want to talk some Tom Brady with me, man. This dude was a legend, man. Absolute legend. I feel honored that I lived through this era because I lived through some of the Jordan era, but I was way too young and way too young to even know what that meant. What he was. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know how great he was. I was a little kid. I wasn't watching basketball at 6 years old, following up, watching the scores and all that. I wasn't doing all of that. See, with Tom Brady, I was doing that. With Tom Brady, I saw every single snap he did. Every single snap he did. He played, well, not every single snap, but you know what I mean. Every important snap he did. I've seen all his playoff games, and then he played. I'm a Jets fan. That's why I'm wearing my Jets gear. Let y'all know I've seen Brady play, man. My team used to play him 2 times a year, every year, for 20 years. Yo, Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. Tom Brady's that dude. We just can't take it away from him. We can't take it away from him. He has the most Super Bowl wins, the most passing touchdowns, the most passing yards, the most game-winning drives, the most Super Bowl wins, and the most playoff wins. And the guy with the second most playoff wins has 18 less playoff wins. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This dude's the GOAT, man. The GOAT. It was an honor and a pleasure to see him. And I want to discuss this with some of y'all. I know some of y'all football fans. The Patriots definitely. I know David Benjamin. He usually comes on. He's from Boston. He's a Patriots fan. And even if you're not a Patriots fan or a Buccaneers fan, like me, I'm a Jets fan, but I appreciated his greatness. I understand that he was something special that we're not going to see something like that in a minute. But what made Tom Brady special was the big moments, man. Like he did not crumble under big moments. When the going got tough, that's when he played better. And I'm big on being clutch. That's what I'm big on. I'm a huge Jared Jeter fan. I was a huge Mariano Rivera fan. These are both baseball players who are super clutch. I respect Michael Jordan. Obviously, I was too young to really remember that era, but he was definitely a clutch basketball player. So that's what I like in my players. I like my players when the going gets tough, that they step up. And that's what Tom Brady did, man. That's what Tom Brady did. And getting back to the baseball conversation, that's why y'all always see me drinking out of Aaron Judge cup. Because say whatever y'all want about Aaron Judge, he's clutch. He's clutch. And that's what Tom Brady was. Tom Brady was not only, a lot of people like to make the argument, oh, he wasn't the best regular season quarterback and this and that. And it's like, well, he has all the records. He has the passing yard record and the passing touchdown record in the regular season. So maybe his peak wasn't as high as others, but he definitely had the longevity to surpass these guys. And then you add on top of that, he has the most Super Bowl wins, the most game-winning drives. How could you take it away from him? How could you take it away from him? Aaron Judge is the biggest baseball player I've ever seen. Dude is like 6'2", 200 pounds. Bro, I have his he's 6'7", 282 pounds. I literally have in his cup, it has his weight and height. I don't know. Let me see if I can show it to y'all. Ooh. Right there. He's 6'7". Hold on. Right where my finger is. Then that light shining. Whatever. He's 6'7", 282 pounds. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. But yeah, I'm trying to stay on topic though. Shout out to Aaron Judge though. That's my nigga. But not Tom Brady, man. I hated Tom Brady growing up. Look, I'm all jetted out. I got my Jets gear on. Yeah, 6'7". Nigga as tall as Wilder. Yeah, he is, man. He is. And he hitting fucking home runs. And he's hitting them when they count, man. He's hitting them when they count. I was at the playoff game when he played in Oakland. Excuse me. They played against Oakland. It's a playoff wildcard game in the Bronx and here in New York. I went to that game. And in the first inning, he hit a home run, man. In the first inning, we were like, I was like, watch him hit a bomb. Boom. I think it was the first pitch, too. Yeah, nah. Aaron Judge, that's my dude, man. When it comes to baseball, like who I'm fucking with on the baseball field is definitely Aaron Judge. Not only does he play for my favorite team in the Yankees, he's also super clutch. So, again, getting back on theme. That's what Brady was. Brady was clutch, man. And that's why I fuck with Brady. And Brady killed my team for 20 years. 20 years he was in my division, destroying the Jets. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta give respect when respect is due. That dude is clutch, has the most rings and the most passing touchdown and the most passing yards. And then he won 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. And people were saying it was the coach that was the reason he was winning. So he leaves, goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and his first year wins the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes. Come on, man. Like, yo, like we just seen something that we'll never see. We'll never see a quarterback like Tom Brady. Listen, skill for skill, he's not better than Aaron Rodgers. Skill for skill, he's not better than Patrick Mahomes. But as a football player, as a winner, as who you want at the end of the fucking show, give me Tom Brady. Give me the guy with the most come from behind wins. Give me the guy with the most game-winning drives. Give me that guy. You can keep Aaron Rodgers. You can keep Mahomes. And those guys are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take away. I don't want this to be like, oh, I'm bigging up Tom Brady while shitting on them. What I'm saying is those guys may have more skills, but they're not a better player. And a lot of people seem to not be able to differentiate that. Tom Brady was a fucking goon, man. When he got on that field, he got crazy. I remember in his first Super Bowl, he's grabbing Drew Bledsoe's face mask, banging helmets with him. And Drew Bledsoe was kind of like stunned, kind of like, hey, relax. Yo, and I want to say that was his second year in the league, third year in the league, and he wins the Super Bowl against the best show on turf. Yo, you got to give Tom Brady credit, man. That dude's a GOAT. Joel, my favorite game last year was the Field of Dreams game. I know the Yankees lost off the homer, but I still enjoyed the game, even though I like the Yankees. Bro, that was a fantastic game. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run to take the lead in the 9th inning? But then in the bottom of the 9th, they lost. But yeah, that was a good game. And that also was the highest viewed baseball game in like 10, 15 years or something like that. So yeah. No, I enjoyed that game as well. Obviously, I wish my Yankees would have won, but that ain't happened. Tom Brady, not the greatest. What? I think he's the best football player of all time, even though I'm not his biggest fan. Bro, you bugging. You're going to have to call in, man. Link is pinned to the top of the chat if you want to call in, man. How is Tom Brady not the greatest QB? He holds all the records. Whatever argument you want to make. All right, who has the most records? He does. Who has the most passing yards? He does. Who has the most passing touchdown? He does. Who has the most game-winning drives? He does. Who has the most Super Bowls? He does. Who has the most Super Bowl MVPs? He does. It's like, how is he not the greatest QB? He's the best to ever do it. To me, he's better at foot. His career was better. His career at football was better than Michael Jordan's career in basketball. And part of that had to do that, Michael Jordan did retire to go play baseball in the middle of his prime. He did retire a bit earlier with like 3, 4, 5 years left in his prime. So I'm not going to totally discount that, but your resume is your resume. Now, it's harder to win a Super Bowl, and Tom Brady got 7 rings and you got 6, on top of the fact that, there's an argument. People arguing, oh, is LeBron better than Jordan? Ain't nobody arguing who's better than Tom Brady. Ain't no argument there. So I got to give that shit to Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He is one of the greatest of all time in all sports. And definitely in football, he's number one. Number one on my list. Number one all time in football. And I don't even think it's close, by the way. You read that wrong, bro. I said he's not the greatest QB. He's also the greatest player. No, also the best player. Yeah, I read that correctly. I know what you meant. I think he's the best player, bro. I think he is. The reason I think he's the best player is because at the end of the day, all those Super Bowls, he had a major, major part in them getting to the Super Bowl or them winning it. The only Super Bowl where you can say he wasn't like a huge part of why they won was the one against the Rams. That was a low-scoring game. I believe Julian Edelman won the MVP that year. But besides that, and even then, you got to look how they got to the fucking Super Bowl. He's off his back just because he had one bad game in the Super Bowl. He's not even a bad game. It was a defensive game. He was going against Aaron Donald and all those guys. So, I think he's the best player, man. He's the best player. Because at the end of the day, the common denominator for all those Super Bowl teams, he made the Super Bowl 10 times and won 7. The common denominator is him. He's the common denominator. Look, he leaves the Patriots. They miss the playoffs, and he wins the Super Bowl in their first year. The first year. Come on, man. Come on. Because some people say Tom Brady's only the best QB. I think he's both. Exactly. That meant, man, that was when the Rams got that bullshit call against the Saints. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that too. That was some bullshit, man. That was some bullshit. And then the NFL implemented like instant replay for missed pass interference calls like a year later, and then they took it off. I don't know why they did that, but that was weird. But but yeah, no. Excuse me. But Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. Tom Brady's the GOAT. Again, I'm hearing my Jets gear telling y'all that. Who the fuck comes on with Jet gear talk about Tom Brady's the GOAT? I'm just speaking the truth, man. Speaking the truth. And what's crazy about it, his story, man, this guy was a 6th-round draft pick. Had one of the slowest combines, that's been reported. They show a video and a picture of him shirtless before the combine, looking all sloppy with a whole dad bod. And this is the guy that became the GOAT? It's a pretty amazing story, man. It's a pretty amazing story. You add on top of the fact that he never had crazy weapons at wide receiver. And the one time he had Randy Moss, he broke the single season record for most passing touchdowns. Like, yo, I know that record eventually got broken, but my point is, like a lot of people used to say, oh, Peyton Manning's better than Tom Brady. But yeah, Peyton Manning had Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James. You know what I'm saying? Peyton Manning had a lot more weapons than Tom Brady. Tom Brady, his weapons have been Gronk, Randy Moss, 2-3 years in his prime, and Wes Welker at the tail end of his career. He's never had the weapons that Peyton Manning did. And then he goes to Tampa, and then there they have weapons. They had Godwin, Mike Evans. They signed Antonio Brown. They signed Rob Gronkowski. He has all these weapons, And then he starts having his best years with Tampa Bay. If we're being honest, starts having his best years with Tampa Bay, then goes on to win the Super Bowl. Again, that's what happens when you give the greatest quarterback of all time some good fucking weapons. Moss and Brady not winning a ring together is still crazy to me. Yeah, I believe that was the year they lost to the Giants the first time, which if you remember that Super Bowl, man, Brady was getting no time, man, because that Giants defensive line. Again, I'm a Jets fan, as y'all see. I know I'm from New York, but I'm a Jets fan. But that Giants defensive line with Michael Strahan, OC Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, was Kiwanuka on that team? I don't remember, but they had a whole crazy. Oh, JPP was later. They had a Kiwanuka on that team. They had a really, really, really solid defensive line. One of the best defensive lines I've seen. And Brady was just kept getting sacked. I believe Justin Tuck had like 3 sacks in that Super Bowl. So, and that's not including all the pressures. So I do find it crazy that Moss and Brady never got a Super Bowl title. I agree with that. Bro, when that wide receiver on the Giants, I forgot his name. I think it was David Tyree. Bro, caught an amazing catch off his helmet. Yeah, man. That was the best Super Bowl of all time. I actually put money on that. A little bullshit, $40. Nothing crazy. But yeah, that's the best Super Bowl I've ever seen in my entire life. 100%. 100%. It had all the elements. It was an undefeated Super Bowl team against the underdog. I believe they were like the 6th or 5th seed, those Giants. And then Tyree, it looks like they're going to lose, and Tyree makes that catch. Asante Samuel dropped a couple interceptions. It was a fantastic game. That game was amazing to see. And it's a mark on Tom Brady's resume, to be honest, that he lost twice to the Giants. So a lot of Giant fans, they be talking shit when they I went to a Giant game, a Jets versus Patriots game with a bunch of my friends, and one of them was a Giants fan. He was just screaming throughout the whole MetLife Stadium. He was like, Jets suck, Jets suck. And then when a Patriots fan would come up to him like, yeah, Jets suck, he'd be like, shut up. Eli Manning is Brady's daddy. I'm like, oh, man. He was just like, was going crazy. So a lot of Giant fans hold that over Brady. But, yeah, you still can't take Brady's greatness away, man. 10 Super Bowl appearances, 7 rings. And, bro, you remember that Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons? Tell me what fucking quarterback has the fucking goal and the wherewithal and the mental fortitude to be down, what was it, 21-3 or 27-3 or something like that? No, I believe it was 25-3. Now, as I'm talking now, I believe it was 25-3. Came back to overtime, then win it? Come on, man. Come on. That was it was a fantastic journey I had watching Tom Brady's career. Yes, he put me through a lot of demise as a Jet fan. I hated him growing up, but at the same time, I'm not a hater. I hated him because he beat my team. I never said that he was trash. He was a bum. The only thing I used to say that I don't say anymore is like, yeah, but he's just only good in the playoffs. And I'm like, yo, that's a hate ass mentality. When he won it with the Bucks, I was like, yo, that's just a hater mentality. Like, let me stop thinking about that. Yeah, 28-3. So he's down 28-3 against the Falcons, brought it to overtime, and then won it in overtime, man. That's history, man. That dude is an all-time great. And I hope he doesn't retire. I know that's me being selfish, but I really hope he doesn't. I want to see him one last time. What's fucked up is he actually played here in the Jets play in Jersey, but they play in like close to New York. He just recently played it this past year, and he had a comeback win against the Jets. And I watched it on TV, and I was so upset. I'm like, damn, man, I should have went to the game. That was the last time. That was my last opportunity to go see him. I actually seen him live when he played for the Patriots. And listen to this. I made a blog out of it. Let me see. This was like 2-3 years ago. I would say it's like 3 years ago. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. Patriots. Hold on. Because this proof that I seen him live, man. I seen him live on some like dope shit, man. That like I had a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun seeing him. You know, I was bugging out. Out there. I love to go to football games, have fun with my guy. I went with my girl, a Patriots fan, and 2 other Jet fans. That's how I went with. And then we had fun, we bugged out, and I didn't realize it then, but I'm realizing it now. I'm like, wow, I recorded a time in history, man, because that dude's a super legend, super duper legend. And I can honestly say I saw him play live, and I have video footage to prove it. Hold on one second. Now I can't find it. Hold on. But yeah, if you guys want to call in, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Or right in the chat, I'll respond to your comments. But I just want to talk about how great Brady was, man. Like, it was an honor to see that guy, man. It really was. Really, really was. Like, what I tell people is, yeah. As far as, because there's a lot of comparisons to Jordan, just because there is no other president of that type of greatness. You know what I'm saying? That type of greatness, that's probably the only other athlete, forget football player, that you can compare him to. And the reason why I always say, you know, Tom Brady is great is because although I would admit probably Michael Jordan had a higher peak, he probably was a better player at his best than Tom Brady was. But if you look at the careers as a totality, there's no way you can come away with saying that Jordan had a better career when he has less rings. He has less rings. That's a fact. That's not me making it up. That's not a joke. Tom Brady has more rings than Michael Jordan. Don't get me wrong. I used to be one of those kids who hate on Tom Brady because of how good he was. He was beating everybody, but I got older and realized this man is just good at what he does. Yeah, man, I agree. Yo, Joe, I just want to say, appreciate you bringing in Terrence Crawford, teammate, assistant coach. Didn't know you had these type of connection. I'm super thrilled. You the best. Yo, bro, thank you so much. Real American fan, I fuck with you. You know that. I don't even need to say that. You know, you my guy. I really appreciate that. Yeah, man. A lot of times I do have connections. A lot of times it's just simple as reaching out to somebody and they'll be down, them being down. But yeah, listen, I haven't even flexed my real connections. That's the crazy part. Like, I always try to keep it a little bit humble in the sense, like, I don't like to I don't want to make it seem like I'm some super duper insider who knows everybody. And like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but I do have a lot of connections, specifically in the New York City area. And I haven't even flexed that muscle yet because I want to build a little bit of a presence here on YouTube. But once I do, I'm telling you, the boxing game going to change, man. Once I really start flexing my connections muscle, again, once I get a little bit more solidified where I could come to somebody and be like, look how many subscribers I got. I want you to get you on the show. I want this. Yo, can I go to your gym? Will, can I do that? Shit's going to change. Trust me. He's just too good. Can't blame Tom Brady because he outworks everyone. Yo, for real, man. For real. Tom Brady is... Oh, hold on. Let me see if I could play this. Because I want to show y'all, like, I really was there. I really seen him play live. Like, yeah. There we go. Hold on 1 second. Let me screen share with you guys. This is a old video I made. I put it up on YouTube, and I have it private, so I'll make it public after the show, just or maybe even during the show.
Got the homie.
But yeah, this is me.
The crone over here. You know,
that's us driving over here.
I got Mrs. Broadway over here. Y'all can't see her face, but it's all good. That's for me to see, not for y'all to see. You all ready? Yo, we're gonna bust that ass.
Hold on. So this is us tailgating. tailgating, pouring Jameson, doing all that fun stuff, you know? Whatever. Point is, if you guys watch the show, I'll make it public after this, though. I'll make it public after.
14 years. It's done.
Yeah, this is me.
You already know. I mean,
I had snuck down. My seats weren't this good. I had snuck down after the Jets were losing. It was pretty clear.
We moved down like real New Yorkers.
Yeah, I was talking major shit here. Whatever. Point is, I seen him live. That the purpose of me showing you that is that I seen Tom Brady live. Not a lot of people could say that, man. Not a lot of people could say they seen the greatest of all time play football. I seen him throw a touchdown to the end zone where I was sitting. You know what I'm saying? And that's a memory I'm going to have for the rest of my life. And Tom Brady definitely is one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen. And in my opinion, if we're ranking athletes in terms of all-time greatness, I got Tom Brady number one, man. I got Tom Brady over anybody in any sport. He was just that great. And yeah, he really, really was. But what's up, guys? If you guys want to talk boxing or some shit, I'm with it. I just really wanted it. I just really wanted to have on my YouTube page that I gave Tom Brady his flowers when he retired, man. Because this dude is an all-time great. And honestly, I'm hoping he doesn't retire. Unless he's coming back to the Patriots, then I do hope he retires. But if he's going to come back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 1 year, I would appreciate that, man. I would appreciate that because I would fucking fly in somewhere to go see him somewhere. I want to see him one more time, man. I want to see him one more time. By the way, him retiring is making me feel old, by the way. I remember when he was like the young kid in the team, you know, in the NFL. I remember that. Oh, the young whippersnapper. And now he's the old dude retiring as the GOAT. I've seen his whole career. Again, I'm a Jets fan. I've seen him play 2 times a year at least. And then I'm watching the playoff games. So God knows how many football games I've seen of him. He's just the GOAT, man. I really admire that guy's work ethic, that guy's focus, that guy's winner mentality. It's amazing. Breeze gone, Big Ben gone, Brady gone. Man, it's crazy. No, but you know what's funny is all those guys are leaving, and specifically with Brady, like that one is like, damn, man, like this is an all-time great. And although Breeze was good, he only had 1 Super Bowl win, so I don't really like see him as like, oh my God, amazing. Although his numbers are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic quarterback. But for whatever reason, I see him as a step below Peyton Manning, step below Tom Brady for whatever reason. That's just how I have it in my head. And but yeah, we got this group of this class coming up. Look, we got Justin Herbert, we got Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, who else? Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. You know, like NFL is in good hands in terms of the quarterback position. You know, who knows if from the Jets, Zach Wilson develops. Shout out to my guy, Zach Wilson. He was number 2 overall. We still don't know what Trevor Lawrence is going to be. The guy had a coach who was fingering women at bars and shit. Like, he ain't have a real good coach in the pros. Let's see how he looks with a better coach. Who else is coming up that's a quarterback? Like the Deshaun Watson, although he's going through his thing, I don't know if he's guilty or not, but let's just say he's not. He's another person who's really impressive. Matt Stafford's now in the Super Bowl. He was a former number 1 overall pick. Like the NFL is in good hands in terms of the quarterback position. Trust me, man. They still got a lot of young guys who still have a lot of potential. NBA will be left in good position too, bro. They got some young killers like John Morant and Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. Fuck Trae Young. I'm a Knicks fan, man. But nah, yeah, John Morant, man. John Morant is a beast. Also, KD's not that old. KD's what, 31, 32? So, like, he still have like a good 5, 6, 7 years left. Steph Curry, same thing. He's not that old. The NBA is definitely in good hands, and I feel like the NBA is now getting more international. Like, look at Luka Doncic, how good he is, and he, he easily could become the best player in the league, like in a year or two. I wouldn't be like, would you be shocked if Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA next year or in 2 years? I wouldn't. Kristaps Porzingis is a great talent. He's just very injury prone, international player. So, like on top of the fact that the NBA not only has good players now, also the players are getting better internationally. Like, look at Giannis, look at Embiid. Ben Simmons is talented if he could get his fucking head together. Like internationally, we're now developing superstars. Usually, only the superstars were from America. That's not the case anymore. Tom Brady is the Floyd Mayweather of football. They are friends, by the way. I was a Tom Brady hater as well, but as I got older, I respected his consistent longevity in the sport better with time. Yo, bro, that's exactly how I feel. I was a hater because I'm a Jets fan. I keep saying it because it's the truth. I was a hater. Why the fuck would I like somebody who plays in my division and beats my team 2 times a year? And every now and then we fucking beat them. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I was a Tom Brady hater too, but at the end of the day, you got to respect all those Super Bowls, man. It's like, Super Bowls is when everybody watches football for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's Super Bowl Sunday, everybody, even if you don't watch football, you go, all right, I'll just watch for the commercials. I'll just watch because I bought a box, or whatever your reason is for the Super Bowl. Well, all right, that's what you do for the Super Bowl. Guess who's in it? For 10 years, if you've seen every Super Bowl since Tom Brady's been in the league, you've seen him play in 10 Super Bowls and win 7 of them. Like, that dude is nice, man. Nice. And you can never say he's not clutch. That's something you can say whatever you want about him in the regular season. And he's good there too. Most passing yards and most passing touchdowns. But even if you want to take that away from him and just say it's because he played 22 years and he was in a good system, whatever your excuses, don't ever take away that he's clutch. Down 28-3 to the Atlanta Falcons, come back to take it to overtime and win it in overtime. Win 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. People saying that's the coach. You leave there, and then your first year you win a Super Bowl, and you in the Super Bowl you play Patrick Mahomes, the guy who they say got way more skills than you. Give that man his flowers, man. He deserves. That dude's the greatest of all time. The greatest. And he put me through some pain, man. I'm a Jets fan. You don't think Tom Brady put me through some pain? That dude is the GOAT, man. He put me through pain, but I'm a real dude. I can admit, that dude is nice. He beat my team. My team ain't lose. He beat him. And that's how Tom Brady always made you feel when he stepped on that field, man. He was an all-time great. All-time great. Best of all time. Again, best of all sports, in my opinion. All sports, number one. I think he's better than Mayweather. I think he's better than, Michael Jordan. I think he's better than Serena Williams. I think he's better than Tiger Woods. I think he's better than all those guys. The only person you could say is better than him in terms of sports is maybe Babe Ruth, just because of how dominant he was. He was hitting more home runs than teams back then. But when you take into consideration, he didn't play in the league when it was, integrated. He was only playing against white players. So there's a limited amount of talent you're playing against. Even if somebody had that record in the Negro leagues, the same thing. You're not playing against white players. The best play the best. And no best is going to be all white. No best is going to be all black. It's going to be like an intermix of both of them. So that's why I can't put Babe Ruth over him. But yeah, Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. Luka need another star beside him, like Bradley Beal. They were trying to do that with Kristaps Porzingis, but Kristaps Porzingis can't keep his ass not injured. And then he got beat up in Latvia, looking all crazy, man. I don't know, man. Kristaps Porzingis disappointed me how he acted here in New York, man. He really did. People bring up Brady being in a good system like that's a bad thing. Yeah, like come on, man. That's hilarious. Like, oh, everybody's talking about the Shanahan system, right? How it works and how it's good. And look, 49ers made it to the NFC Championship game. Um, Also, the Packers run the Shanahan offense. People want to brag about the Shanahan offense, but you know who else ran the Shanahan offense? John Elway's Broncos. So is John Elway a system quarterback? No, the motherfucker was good. You know what I'm saying? You could be in a system, but you still got to be able to drive it. It's like, oh yeah, you only. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't want to get in trouble. But point is, the point is, I say that is like you still got to give motherfuckers credit when they're doing it, especially when they're doing it when it matters most against great teams. Like, yo, he beat Seattle. That was a fantastic defense. He beat the Atlanta Falcons, who had Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. What other teams he beat in the Super Bowl? He beat the best show on turf in the Rams. Um, who else he beat? He beat they beat the Rams with Aaron Donald. He beat Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes had Kelsey and Tyreek Hill in their prime. Like, yo, Tom Brady was that dude, man. He just really was. He accomplished everything he wanted to do. He left the game with the most rings, most passing touchdowns, and most passing yards. He's left no room for debate as far as who's the best quarterback. He's left no room. People want to say it's Aaron Rodgers, but if Aaron Rodgers is so much better than him, why did he lose in the NFC Championship last year against him? And also, why doesn't he have another ring? Forget more rings than Brady. Why doesn't he have just another one? He only has one. Could we get 2, 3? You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, I think, had 3 in his first 4 years or some shit like that. Like, put some respect on that dude's name, man. Almost never had an elite wide receiver. And the one time he had Randy Moss, he broke the record for most passing touchdowns. That's how nice he was. And don't bring up that old Wes Welker. That dude wasn't in his prime like that. Don't bring up Julian Edelman, because Julian Edelman never did anything without him. Now, if you want to bring up Gronk definitely, in my opinion, is the greatest tight end of all time. But he's won Super Bowl with and without Gronk. So Gronk don't make Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, never had an elite running back. I can't think of a elite running back he played with. I know he played with Corey Dillon, but was Corey Dillon elite by the time he got there? I know he was good. He was a good football player for sure. But I wouldn't say he was one of the best of all time. I wouldn't say he was LT or he was Emmitt Smith. Like, now could you imagine if Tom Brady also had Barry Sanders to hand the ball off to, or to throw a quick screen to? How crazy his numbers would be? Why didn't we give him a Marvin Harrison and a Reggie Wayne? How his numbers would look then? How many more Super Bowls would he have? Because that dude throws the ball right on you. One of the most accurate quarterbacks I've seen, man. Was he as athletic as a Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers? Absolutely not. He was just as accurate, and nobody got the ball out as fast as him. He would get that ball, and it was almost like he knew where he was going with it. He would get that ball and just boom, boom. That's why he didn't get sacked that much, because he was so quick when making decisions. And he's the best quarterback sneaker of all time. If it would be third and 1, 4th and 1, Bill Belichick never hesitated to go for it, because he knew Tom Brady will always get him that 1 yard. He's the best quarterback sneaker of all time. So add that on top of the fact that he has the most passing touchdown and most passing yards. He also is one of the best quarterback sneakers. And you don't know how many times it's 3rd and 1. That shit happens all the time. And when you know you got the best of all time, you just go, hey, just sneak it out. Sneak it. Get the first down. And that's how you keep drives going. And shit, that they got a really good run defense, so we can't run it with the running back. Just fucking quarterback sneak it. Boom. There you go. Easy touchdown on the first down. Still keep time on the clock if you want to. Or we could burn the clock out. Tom Brady, and he was elite, man. It's almost like he never made a stupid mistake. It's almost like he knew what he had to do. Like, Again, man, that dude is elite. I'm glad I got to see him in my prime. My son, I got a son on the way. As some of y'all know, I got a son on the way. My son is due in April. In 20 years, he's gonna be trying to tell me about a quarterback. Yo, this guy, dad, this guy's the best of all time. I'm gonna stop him right there. I'm gonna be like, yo, the best of all time was Tom Brady. Because whoever you're trying to compare him to has to have 8 Super Bowls to stand next to him. 8. I'm not. I don't believe. I personally do not believe that I'm gonna see a quarterback win 8 Super Bowls. I would think Patrick Mahomes has a chance, but he just lost this past Sunday, so he's not going to the Super Bowl. Like, what's up? I don't know, man. Like, you ain't have to. It wasn't Brady who eliminated you. You got eliminated by Joe Burrow. That Bengals defense was manhandling you that whole second half. I can't picture something like that happening to Tom Brady. Now, Patrick Mahomes is great. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to get a few more Super Bowls. Do I think he's going to get 8, 7 more? Nah, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I really don't. Guys, if you guys want to call in and be a part of the conversation, just click the link at the top of the chat. You know, we can have a conversation about Tom Brady or even some boxing questions. I don't mind talking about boxing a little bit. Joel, this down Boxing Legends TV. What? This down Boxing Legends TV. American promoters ran him off the internet. He had over 1 million subs talking about boxing. He was great. 1 million subs just talking about boxing. Who's that? Who's that? Boxing Legends? Boxing Legends TV? Let me know. I don't know. Write in the chat because I don't know what you're talking about. Or call in. Oh, a real American fan, I don't know what's up with you. For whatever reason, it don't be having a phone number. Like, I can't be hearing your voice when you call in. By the way, real American fan, we're going to have to switch that. We're going to have to switch that icon you got, bro. I don't like this icon, man. That fucking devil, bro. I believe in God, man. You on some devil worshiping shit? Let me know, man. Change that icon. But yeah, let me see. I know y'all want to hear some boxing too. Let me see if anything worth talking about happened today. Oh, U.S. attorney not to pursue death penalty against Felix Verdejo accomplice. Okay. Let's see. Nah, nothing really to talk about. Like, yeah, there's news, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. But yeah, real American fan, let me know what you was talking about. There was a boxing YouTuber with 1 million subs that got deleted. I don't know. That shit ain't happening to me, man. I'm protected by God, man. Ain't nothing a promoter could do to me. I'm gonna talk my shit the way I talk it. And again, they're gonna see the value in me once I start interviewing all these dudes. Once I start making the moves I got planned, they're gonna see the value in me, and they're not gonna want to shut me down. But yeah, either way, I'm protected by God, brother. My boy Jesse Bam Rodriguez getting a title shot at 115 for the WBC title. I saw Rung Visai pulled out of his fight against Quadras, and little known Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who Robert Garcia says he's really high on, how he sees him as a future world champion, is going to finally get his shot. I'm interested. And I've always liked Bam Rodriguez. I really like his footwork. His favorite fighter is Vasyl Lomachenko. I'm not comparing him to Vasyl Lomachenko. I'm explaining to you who's his favorite fighter. And he does has some elements to that as far as footwork that he tries to copy from Loma. Not as quite as fast, but hey, he does do it well. He does do it technically sound. And I do think that when he's going to be able to frustrate a lot of fighters once they realize, like, oh no, this dude is not just going to stand in front of me, especially at those lower weights. Those lower weights, a lot of those guys are from Asia or from Mexico, and they just want to, sit down and brawl and do stuff like that. And if Jesse Bam Rodriguez could be given all these guys problems with the switching, not switching, with the angles and moving side to side and being strategic with his boxing movement, I think he could have a lot of success. I'm going out on the limb too. I'm picking Bam Rodriguez. I'm picking Bam Rodriguez to beat what's his name? Quadras. Picking him. Although he did take the fight on short week's notice. If I'm not mistaken, he had a fight coming up, so he was training already. And yeah, he took a fight in short notice, but so did Quadras. Quadras is taking this fighter, like his whole game plan, he has to switch it up. But yeah. But yeah, guys, let me know. Call in. I'm about to hop off in a bit. I just really wanted to talk about Brady. I was hoping more people jumped on and wanted to talk about Tom Brady, how he torched your team. I don't know if Blunt, I know you're from Texas. I don't know if you're a Cowboys fan. You want to vent or something. Real American fan. I know you from St. Louis, so I don't know if you root for the Rams. I know they live in they moved to LA. But yeah, if you want to vent how they beat you in the Super Bowl, you can do that too. Yeah. He's also jumping up 2 weight classes. Yeah. All right, let's see. Damn, yo, Real American fan, you got to get your phone fixed, man. You got to get your phone fixed. I don't know what's up with your phone. Oh. I don't know. Because you my guy, but I can't keep stopping the show if like, whatever reason, your phone don't work. Is it your internet connection? Are you in an area with his poor internet connection? Let me know, man. I'm gonna keep you in the background. If I can hear you, then we can start the conversation. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I was a fan of them when Michael Vick came back and played with Deshaun Jackson. Also, so you don't hate Tom Brady. You don't hate Tom Brady because you won. You beat him in the Super Bowl. Man, that was a crazy Super Bowl. Like, super offensive. It was like, what, 42 to like 48. The final was something crazy like that. I hate the Dallas Cowgirls. That's weird. You from Texas, bro. You're supposed to like the Cowboys. Like, I'm from New York. I had 2 teams to choose. I chose the Jets. Some people say that was my first mistake. I picked my favorite team when I was like 8, 9 years old or something. Nah. I was like 11 or 12. I picked my favorite team. And I was like, I'll pick the Jets. I was like, damn, I probably should have said the Giants. I would have had 2 Super Bowl wins by now. Nah, but honestly, I feel like the Jets have a brighter future than the Giants. So let's see what happens there. I mean, I hope the Jets could turn it around. Thing is, we led the league in pass drops. The Jets did, and then we had a rookie quarterback, and that shit will frustrate him at times. Like, it'll be 3rd and long, and he'll hit somebody right in stride, for a first down. The guy will drop it. I'm like, and it would just kill the drive. So we need better wide receivers. And then again, our quarterback, I just think he needs experience. I like what I saw from him in the second half of the season. The first half of the season, that was some bullshit. He was showing me some bullshit. And I was thinking he was going to be a bust. But the second half is when I realized, like, okay, he needs better wide receivers, and he's settled down. Now he understands the playbook a little bit more. And yeah, which is kind of what happened last year with Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, early in the year, he was having a good year, but he wasn't having that crazy successful type, type success. Hold on 1 second. Real American fan just hopped on, and I'm nervous to press add to stream because this thing gonna be working. Damn, bro. What the hell is wrong with your mic, man? Hold on. I don't know what's up with your mic, bro. It's football, not soccer. Yeah, I'm talking about American football, man. This stream may not be one for you, man. I'm talking about Tom Brady retiring. I know you I know from the UK, so and you like to talk about soccer and boxing. Those are the two sports for y'all. But today's about American football. I mean, you can ask a boxing question, or you could call in. I'm about to end the stream soon, but yeah. You never know. The Jets could end up like the Bengals and get a good young wide receiver core. Then they could make noise. But yes, Jets need some wide receivers. Yeah. As far the Jets need Jesus, nigga. Like we need everything. We need everything under the sun. But you're right. Wide receiver and just defense in general. I'm not even gonna say, oh yeah, we need a pass rusher. We need a cornerback. We need a safety. We need a linebacker. I'm gonna say we need defense, man. We had the worst defense in the league. The worst. We had the 32nd ranked defense. So we need defense and wide receivers. Now, good thing is we got 2 first-round picks, we got 2 second-round picks, and 2 fourth-round picks. So we have a lot of ammunition to fix these, to throw band-aids on these fucking, wounds we got. So we got the number 4 overall pick. Hopefully, Kayvon Thibodeau falls down to us. So that's who I want as far as pass rusher. Then at number 10, I want the wide receiver from the Sooners. Was it Treylon Burks or something like that? I want him. And then in the second round, who do I want in the second round? I want a tight end, that McBride guy. I believe he was from Colorado State. And then give me a corner. Give me a corner. Yeah, man. So there you go. So the first and second round, because since we got 2 picks in each round, first round, I want a pass rusher, a wide receiver, and then in the second round, I want a tight end and a corner. Because, like we got problems on both sides of the field, man. So if you're giving me a wide receiver and a tight end, those are especially, guys who who we're high on, guys who we've done the research and that they're good. We're not just fucking throwing darts at the wide receiver list or throwing darts at the tight end list. Get whoever you think is the top guy in those positions and in the first and second round. Then on defense, if you could get me a pass rusher and a lockdown corner, shit, I'll be happy as shit. I'll be happy because then, we also have a lot of money in free agency. So we could spend some money on free agency and fill the holes that way. We could fill the holes as far as like maybe right guard and center. We could maybe sign free agents and linebacker, safety. We can focus that on free agency. But as far as the draft, I would love pass rusher and wide receiver in the first round, and then tight end and corner in the second round. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate you guys showing up, and yeah, Tom Brady's the GOAT. There's no there's nothing to argue there. There's nothing to argue who's the best quarterback, who's the best player of all time in NFL, man. He really was a fantastic player to watch, and it was a pleasure, man. Tom Brady, I'm 99.999% sure he'll never see this. But I just want to say congratulations on a great career from a Jet fan. And that's coming from a big place if a Jet fan is telling you congratulations on your fantastic career. You were the greatest player I've ever seen play in any sport. And I don't mean that lightly. I'm a Yankees fan. I've seen A-Rod play. I've seen Jeter play. I've seen Mariano Rivera play. I've seen, all these great players run through the Yankee organization. I also seen LeBron play in the NBA. KD plays here in Brooklyn. So I've seen some greatness in my time. A lot of times I've seen those live. I saw Miguel Cotto fight live. I saw Teofimo fight Cambosos live. So I have an idea as to what greatness is. I seen Tom Brady play live against the Jets and beat them. And again, I grew up a Jets fan, so for every year I would see him play 2 times a year at least in the regular season, and then every single playoff game he had. So I'm somebody who's really seen his whole career, and I can't say that I've come away I came away thoroughly impressed every single time I saw him perform in the big moments. Now, were there moments where he lost? Yeah, sure. Like he lost against the Eagles that one year. Look at his stats. His stats was crazy. That was the defense that lost that game. Being honest, if we're being honest, it was the defense that lost that Super Bowl. It wasn't Brady. Then in the 2 Super Bowls against the one against the first one against the the Giants. Yeah, they did that was kind of like the offensive line's fault, man. He was getting sacked, and I don't want to say it's the offensive line's fault, but offensive line wasn't giving him time, man. But to be fair, he was facing an all-time great defense with Strahan and Tuck and Umenyiora and Kiwanuka. And I think Pierce was a linebacker. They had a really, really good defense. So I can't really knock them for losing there either. Second time we lost to the Giants. I don't remember how that game exactly played out, but I believe he got sacked for a safety in the first play of the game. Or it was a snap that went over his head or something like that. But yeah, no, he was an all-time great. I'm glad I got to see it live. I'm glad this happened during my era. And not my father's era where he's telling me about it and he's telling me how I'll never see something like that. I'm glad it's happened during my time where I can say I saw the greatest quarterback of all time play in my lifetime. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this live. Seems like y'all not active in the chat. Y'all want to call in, but I appreciate you guys for watching and hearing me rant about how Tom Brady ruined my fandom as a Jets fan. How also we talked a little bit of boxing, talked a little bit of Yankees. So I really appreciate you guys for showing up. But I'm gonna go live on. So this Saturday, Keith Thurman fights Mario Barrios. I'm gonna have on Ezra from Ezra podcast. I don't remember if you guys had remember. I had him on. I'm gonna say like a month ago. Me and him, we went live. We're gonna be going live immediately after the Keith Thurman fight. So if you guys are boxing fans, if you're watching this right now, I know you're a boxing fan. After the Keith Thurman fight this Saturday, come to YouTube, watch me and my boy Ezra. We're going to debate this fight. We're going to debate who wins. We're going to debate how the fight plays out. That's going to be on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, he's coming back on the show. And we're going to discuss what happened, who was right, who was wrong, what's next for Keith Thurman, what's next for Mario Barrios, what did we think of the undercard. Yo, Saturday night is going to be a really, really fun night for everybody. So, again, show up after the fight, immediately after the Keith Thurman fight. You already know, come to my page, Broadway Joel. You guys already know the link is going to be pinned to the top of the chat. So if it's a fantastic one-punch knockout of the year type knockout, and you want to talk about it, I'm going to have the link available. If it's a, controversial decision, I'm going to have the link available. If it was a fight of the year candidate, again, same thing. I'm looking forward to this Saturday. Again, after the fight, immediately after the Keith Thurman fight, come to the Broadway Joel YouTube channel. Me and Ezra podcast will be discussing what's going to go on. But yeah, as you guys know, this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Can't wait to see you guys. But all right, guys, until next time, peace.